With an increase in technology and people constantly filming all the time, it is no wonder we've been able to capture some pretty unsettling footage. On today's most amazing top 10 list, I'll be covering some of the most cursed videos on the internet that really just can't be explained. In our number 10 spot today, we are starting off with a video from Reddit. A user called KittyK38 uploaded a surveillance video of their basement bathroom where some pretty strange things begin to happen. They set up the camera to record because the previous night they were doing a live stream on TikTok and watchers noticed a drawer in the bathroom move all by itself and they wanted to catch it in action again. I honestly tried to think about how they could have rigged the bathroom in order to make this video, but the door starts completely open so we know that no one is behind it, and if a string was attached to the drawer, someone behind the camera wouldn't have been able to open it from that angle. So basically what I'm saying is that the only explanation is unfortunately ghosts. Probably time for KittyK38 to put that house up for sale. Coming in at number 9, this video takes place on the side of a highway at a time when luckily no cars were around. We see some sort of creature ghost thing that looks like a Dementor from Harry Potter creep up from in between lanes. It almost looks like they're trying to throw something into the road before they just crouch back down and disappear. I watched this video over and over again trying to find some sort of shadow that would make me believe that this is a real human person, but I couldn't see one. Guys, if you're liking this video so far, please don't forget to click that like button as it really helps us out. For number 8 on today's list, this video starts off with a guy just trying to get some work done, but this ghost in his office clearly has other plans. At first I kind of thought that maybe somebody was hiding behind the other desk and moved the chair, but then I continued watching and what happens next is what really got me. The guy obviously knew some weird stuff was going on when the water bottle fell, but he was still about to go back to work. Understandably, what really got him is when the second chair completely tips over without anyone nearby. We can tell by his reaction that he is extremely freaked out and got out of that room as fast as he possibly could. Can you blame him? Moving on up to number 7, this video comes at us from the YouTuber Exploration Unknown. He enters an abandoned occult mansion and begins searching around, but of course has an eerie feeling.
This floor don't feel very good.
After a short while, he hears someone in the house, so he calls out to let anyone know who may be in there that he is harmless and just thought that the house was unoccupied, but he gets an unexpected response to say the least.
Oh my God, Freelander. Hello? Is there somebody here? I'm not here to bother or rob anything. I was just here exploring. I thought it was a band.
Luckily, he is able to escape the house and get to safety before finding out what or who that was. Alright guys, and at number 6 today we have a video that was uploaded to YouTube in 2010 by the user OldPhantom13. The video comes from some security cameras that were installed in a shop that was having problems with people breaking in and vandalizing the place, but I don't think they were expecting to see what the video ended up showing them. Lockers slamming and opening on their own is never a good thing, but the creepiest part about that to me is the sound we hear after, like someone is trying to open a locked one. And the icing on the cake is of course the wheelchair just rolling around all by itself. If I worked at the shop, after seeing this, I'd probably just decide that it was time for me to get a new job. In our halfway spot at number 5, we have a TikTok from the user Rubik's Cube. This one starts off with the user just doing one of the many dances that the app is known for, but that's not what made this one go viral. While the video itself is cute and entertaining, if you look past the dance and focus on the stairs, you'll see what gives this video cursed status. A figure appears to be peeking past the wall in order to get a glimpse. The user followed up this video by letting people know that they were home alone and that they don't have any pets. I'm not sure if this figure is a ghost or a creature or an intruder, but I sure am glad the person who made the TikTok is still alive and well today and made it through completely unharmed. In our number 4 spot, we've got another creepy TikTok. The user is just recording her dogs, explaining that they're all just chilling out and about to go to bed, when almost simultaneously her and the dogs see some sort of shadowy figure in the doorway.
It's just a peaceful night here. Get ready to go to bed myself. What the fuck is that? What? Oh god! Fuck!
I would have thought that this was just a gag, but the fact that the dog sees it too is what really has me spooked. Everyone knows that dogs can see ghosts. The video has since been deleted by the user, which makes me wonder, was it just so creepy that they couldn't stand reliving it over and over again? In our number 3 spot today, I've got one more creep talk video for you. This video comes from Brooklyn Marie, who is exploring around old properties when they find a creepy trapdoor leading to the basement. I personally wouldn't have opened the door, but they certainly are braver than I. When they open up this trapdoor, at first all we see are stairs leading down to one of the creepiest looking basements I have ever seen. But then to both our and Brooklyn's surprise, we see some sort of figure dart across the screen at the bottom of the stairs.
So I found this little basement. It's freaking weird. Oh my god!
Brooklyn yells and slams the door shut, which is really the only appropriate response to what we all just witnessed. The video was captioned, "I am done exploring around old properties." And honestly, I think that's a pretty good idea. And for our number 1 spot today, this video is coming at us from 2012. It is from surveillance video from an office building. The video switches between different rooms in the building and honestly has me pretty freaked out. It starts off with just a few door handles turning on their own. Which, yes, of course, I also thought that maybe just someone is on the other side of the door, but this is just the beginning. The camera then switches to inside one of the offices and we see an office chair move pretty forcefully, seemingly all by itself. The camera then switches to another angle of the same room and another chair is rolled across the room. And finally, a third chair in the same room is moved again, all by itself. I'm not sure why this ghost seems to have such an aversion to office chairs, but I am spooked. We then go back to the same door handles we saw move before, but this time 2 are moving at the same time, like the ghost is really trying to escape, and this is where things really escalate. Throughout the next footage, we can continuously hear the door handles turning, all while the camera goes from room to room and the doors are slamming and drawers are opening and even papers are flying out. If someone rigged the office in order to create this video, I'm not really sure how they would have been able to do it. And then, just as quickly as all the chaos started, it just abruptly stops. I honestly watched that video so many times to try and figure out how someone could have pulled this off, but it's safe to say I have absolutely no clue, and I am pretty scared of whatever is going on in that building. Starting off in our number 10 spot, we have the real airplane ghost video.
The video is a minute and a half long and starts off with a guy just walking through a dark and empty plane. I'm not sure if he is looking for something or someone specifically, or just making sure everything is okay.
He gets to the back of the plane and looks around with his flashlight, but doesn't really see anything. He then turns to make his way back to the front of the plane, but then he possibly hears something, or maybe just senses something creepy behind him that makes him turn around again to face the back of the plane.
Verga.
He continues to hold his flashlight and look towards the back of the plane before he sees this shadow creature ghost thing peek its head out from the corner. You can see it peek its head out once and the man misses it. Then the second time, he got out of there as quick as possible.
No mames.
Heading down this list in our number 9 spot today, we have the SLINFOLD abandoned haunted house video. This video was uploaded to YouTube in August of this year by the user JJ Retro. Guys, before I dive into this one, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button to like this video because it really helps us out. The video shows a few guys going exploring through this SLINFOLD house. The house is very messy and smelly and has clearly been abandoned for a long time.
This is a typewriter.
Seriously, you can see at some point, you know, when this house was lived in, you know, it was really
sensual, exquisite.
The guys continue through the house and don't find anything much other than some broken windows, some really gross toilets, and even a space for some breakdancing. There isn't anything particularly interesting or cursed for the first few minutes of the footage until we approach the 9-minute mark. The guys are in another abandoned bathroom when they hear a sound coming from the room at the top of the stairs next to them. They climb up the stairs and we begin to hear the sounds as well. They finally get to the top of the stairs when we see where the noise is coming from. It's a chair, just rocking all by itself.
for once in my life, I'm actually not feeling very comical. Fuck that, no, come on.
The guys quickly get out of there and end their exploration for the night, which is probably for the best.
Continuing on to number 8, we have a TikTok from the user NickSamino68. The TikTok is him and his mom both recording in their house where they have previously had some paranormal experiences. The video starts off with Nick being clearly freaked out, saying that he heard a baby crying, and then the lights begin to flicker. His mom, who is also recording, says she thinks she saw a figure, and then things really start to get out of hand. He sees the remote fall, and then the lamp turns itself on and off.
Yo, I think I just literally seen the remote fall. Oh my god. I don't know what to do. I don't want to even move from over here.
Oh, now the TV is in on the action as well.
Is anyone there? The TV's on. The blue light's on for the... Okay, this is great. What is happening?
The video ends with the pair being too scared to go anywhere, so they just stay put in the kitchen where the video started.
Okay guys, I just cut the video because something literally rolled out of the dark in front of me, and my mom and I still haven't gone down there, so we're just staying in the flickering kitchen.
I think it might be time for those two to find a new house.
In our number 7 spot today, we have this ghost in a closet video. This one was posted to Reddit by the user JustHer87, and they explain in the caption that this strange occurrence happens every night and began a little over a month ago.
The video is basically exactly what it sounds like. A a ghost in a closet. The ghost appears to be moving one shirt back and forth in the closet before it knocks something else over.
Success. After the ceremonies, it was time to head north to the observing sites. But the high level of attention and support continued.
So we definitely had a full convoy led by a police escort leading us.
I'm not sure if this ghost is trying to communicate something or maybe play a little game, or if they just wanted their presence to be known, but it is pretty creepy. In our number 6 spot, we have a video from the Paranormal Hunter channel, DDoc Nicole. The video starts off with this guy walking around what looks like an abandoned building when he suddenly comes across a red box. You might think a red box would be harmless, but we are talking about cursed videos here.
누구세요? 누구세요? 아! 누구세요? 아!
Whoever this man is certainly braver than I am because he continues searching through this house. The next unexplainable moment happens when he comes across a red stool. I'm not sure what it is with this ghost and the color red, but...
어? 아니야, 잠깐만.
When he pulls the stool back out, we can see that there's no string attached, so how did it move? He continues on, but the ghost is not finished with the stool just yet. The ghost then escalates and knocks an entire shelf over. After some more time of him searching through the house, he puts the camera down, and I'm not exactly sure what he is doing, but he's several feet away from the camera when this creepy figure appears in front of us.
오게. 분유게 갖고 오세요. 갖고 오세요.
He continues searching the house but ends up ultimately running away from the house, which really does seem like the right move. I'm not sure what that thing was, but it did not seem good. Its little eyeball in the corner definitely creeped me out.
We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with the ghost in someone's bedroom. This video was posted to Reddit by the user AlwaysBlurkin, and it's footage from someone's bedroom security camera. First off, why do you have a security camera in your bedroom? Kinda sketchy. The video is only 13 seconds long, and it starts off with what looks like a couple watching TV in their bed. When one of them reaches over to their nightstand, something interesting happens on the opposite nightstand. When they weren't looking, I guess the ghost decided it was the perfect time to strike. Their dog gets up to go and inspect the situation, and I feel like if there was another person in the room helping them pull off some sort of scheme to get this video, the dog would have been distracted by that extra person. But it seems like everyone, including the dog, is pretty creeped out. Sounds like something from Paranormal Activity, can't lie.
Coming in at number 4, we have the ghost screaming in a hotel room. This video went viral pretty quickly after it was posted to the internet, and for good reason.
This footage is from a hotel security camera from September 14th, 2003, and the audio is the hotel security's radio feed.
The video starts off with a security guard being sent up to check on room 209 because there's no one checked into the room, but there are reports of screaming coming from the room.
It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now.
The security guard, John, gets to the room and we can clearly hear screaming coming from the room. And it's obviously scaring poor John.
What's going on, John?
John goes to knock on the door and potentially enter before he is instructed not to and to wait for the police, just in case anything terrible is going on in that room. John, being the hero that he is, decides not to wait in case there's anyone who needs his help, and he ends up entering the room.
Wait, one.
I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but after John enters the room, you can literally see a ghost float out of the room past him.
The light outside of the room flickers, and then a few seconds later, John comes back out of the room, and we can all breathe a sigh of relief that he is fine. John, however, has some unsettling news for us.
He says that no one is in the room, but the shower was turned on and all the furniture had been turned upside down and the carpet was all ripped up.
It is very unclear what went on in this hotel room, but whatever it is, couldn't have been good.
No, that's a cursed hotel room. For sure.
Absolutely.
No one stay in that room.
Continuing on to number 3, we have a video from another abandoned house. This time we see 2 teenage boys who are going to explore an abandoned property, but they may have gotten in a little over their heads. As the boys are approaching the house, they're trying to figure out what could have happened there. They enter and begin looking around this super messy house to see what they can find.
There's glass, there's an oven. There's an oven door.
Where?
In the middle of the living room.
As the boy who's holding the camera pans up to check out the ceiling, he begins to make a comment about the roof when the camera catches an upstairs doorway that has a shadowy figure passing through it.
The roof is all up. Holy shit! Dude! Oh my God!
He is obviously super spooked by whatever that was and gets out of there as quickly as possible, but his friend didn't see what he saw, so he is super confused.
I could swear I saw a person. Dude, there's a person.
I'm not sure if that was a ghost or a creature or an actual human being, but I am so glad that both the boys got out of there.
In our second spot, we have a dog seeing a ghost. This video starts off with the explanation of why they were recording in the first place. They said their dog kept crying at the back door at night and waking them up, so they set up this camera to see if they could figure out what was upsetting the dog. Also, just to add an extra layer of creepiness, this video was shot on Friday the 13th. Once we get into the actual recording, it starts off just a quiet night and obvious that everyone in the house is sleeping. But suddenly, seemingly unprovoked, the dog gets up and heads to the back door, like he sees or hears something. The dog continues standing and staring at the back door when the weird stuff starts to happen. It starts with the backyard light being turned on and off, which is obviously freaking the dog out. Then it gets really weird. Not only does the light turn on again, but we hear a pretty loud banging sound. And then the blind on the back door begins to rise, all on its own. That's when we hear the dog cry. The dog continues staring at the back door and crying for the rest of the video, like he can see someone out there. It's super creepy.
In our number 1 spot today, we have this security camera footage from the user Paranormal Nightmares.
This video was uploaded in November of this year and is footage of this user's rec room in their basement overlooking their pool table.
They say in the video's description that this is a high activity area, so it seems like they live in a very haunted house.
First, a toy car that is on the table is turned on and it zooms across towards a stuffed teddy bear that is sitting on the edge.
We then see the teddy bear slump over, which may have been from the toy hitting it, and we also see some orbs flying around, which a lot of people think are how we see ghosts in videos. After this though, the video gets even weirder.
We see a few moments of stillness before the bear is suddenly picked up and tossed across the room. This definitely made me jump the first time I saw it. Starting off this countdown, we have the grave robber.
Now, so what you do is you grab it around here. You grab it here and peel it back like that. Okay? Peel it back. Alright, and then
This is a really freaking creepy video from the 90s that involves a kid talking about grave robbing. In the video, he talks all about how he robs graves. Some of the stuff he says throughout the video is quite creepy, and the fact that he's holding a real life skull the whole time doesn't really help. Throughout the video, he gives you tips on how to grave rob and then how to sell the bones that you get. He also talks about how to clean and look after the bones that you rob.
Brains. Let's see. Right, there's another piece of brains. If I had something wet here, I would wet them up and let you see how it...
It's honestly very unsettling. He also gives tips for how not to get caught. Like, who is this video for and why did he make it? Now, we don't know who the man is in the video or where the video even came from or why he even recorded it in the first place. Now, there is a website out there that is actually dedicated to finding answers about this mystery man and his hobby.
In our number 9 spot today, we have this creepy figure that was caught on camera. This video shows a few people in a vehicle approaching some sort of figure. It kind of looks like a human with long dark hair in a white robe, but it also kind of doesn't look human at all. The way that the figure moves and is walking around with what looks like some sort of walking stick is so creepy. But the way that the guy is yelling also has me really freaked out. It sounds like maybe there's like something in his mouth because it's kind of muffled. I don't know for sure, but something creepy is going on here for sure. The vehicle continues to move towards the figure and then away again, and the guy you can hear in the video seems pretty freaked out, which I feel like I also would be if I was in that situation.
Coming in at number 8, we have Benjamin Bennett. If you've been on YouTube for quite some time, then you probably know about the YouTuber Benjamin Bennett. His videos creep a lot of people out for a number of reasons. Basically, he's known to just sit on the floor and stare and smile at the camera for hours. There's videos of him doing this for 4 hours straight, no cuts, no nothing. Now, a lot of people saw these and he thought he was being held hostage or something, but he's explained why he does this. In an interview, he said, and I quote, "There isn't really a purpose. My inbox is full of people asking me why I'm doing this, but I don't think that question is really applicable to this type of activity. I guess it's just something he enjoys doing." Now here's where the mystery comes in. While filming one of his videos, he heard someone come into his home, say hello, and then leave.
Hello?
He doesn't know who this man is, and he was home alone at the time that this was being recorded. Now he thinks maybe it was someone that broke into his house and then left immediately when he saw him doing the whole sitting and staring thing. But honestly, we still don't really know. Can you imagine walking in being like, "Hello, is anyone here? I'm trying to rob." Oh snap, what's going on here? I'm just gonna... And he's just sitting there like...
In our number 7 spot today, we have 11B times 1371. I legitimately have no idea what is going on in this video, but it has bad vibes written all over it. Not a ton actually happens in the video, but it's a guy wearing a plague doctor mask and an all black outfit standing and doing simple motions while this horrible buzzing sound is happening in the background. If you're wearing headphones, just a warning that the sound sucks. While nothing exceptional happens in the video, it really does feel very suspicious and definitely cursed. Apparently, if you put this buzzing sound into a spectrogram, which will give you a visual representation of the sound, it apparently makes the shape of a woman who is being harmed. I'm not sure if that part is true, but any video with a story like that attached to it cannot be good.
Coming in at number 6, we have the Garden City ghost car.
This mysterious driver tricks cops into thinking he's about to pull over, then all hell breaks loose.
Now this video really trips me out. So the footage was from a dashboard cam of a police officer during a car chase. The person driving the car is doing a good job at not getting caught, but still police are hot on his tracks, or its tracks. Whatever was driving the car, you'll understand shortly.
The officers watching this tape get only a quick glimpse of the man behind the wheel. It's the last look they'll get. For a moment, it appears as if the driver and his car have disappeared into thin air.
1 second the car is in front of the officer, the next it disappears. And you can see that it's just a long straight road that they're driving on. So it's quite weird that a car can just disappear and then reappear along the same road. The chase continues on for quite some time with the car just swerving around in front of the cop car. Then something out of this world happens.
Just a moment, he's going to make a turn into the Twilight Zone. Watch. The fence at the end means no way out. Or does it?
Did you just see what I saw? The police officer literally says, oh, it's a dead end because they're nearing a fence. But somehow this car managed to get through that fence. This footage has shocked the Garden City police. It's just physically impossible for a car to drive through an intact fence. So they have deemed the car a ghost car.
In our number 5 spot today, we have the BITTERROOT footage. This film footage is apparently a 5-minute clip from a reel that is 12 minutes long. It is on 8mm silent film, but that eerie noise you hear in the back is just the sound of the projector. I'm not exactly sure what is going on in this video, but it does not look good. The footage is a bit choppy without a very clear through line. Apparently this footage was found in a box that was sold to the uploader. The footage shows what looks like some sort of farm or a home with a lot of land, and only shows one person. It is unclear exactly what this person is doing, but it definitely can't be good because the entire aura of this footage is just ominous. Whatever is going on here has me absolutely freaked out, so if you have an explanation, please throw it down in the comments below because I would love to know.
Moving on to number 4, we have the silent camera. In the 1960s, it was believed that a woman caught video footage of other realities and dimensions on her film. I call BS, but you know. The woman's name is Stella Lansing, and throughout her life, she has captured strange things on her camera. For example, she took a set of photos and later when they were transferred over to videotape, you could hear sounds. The camera itself, an 8mm film, could not record sound, but somehow she managed to capture voices on the film.
Even more mysterious than Stella's Super 8 image of the occupants is what happens when the film is transferred to videotape. Then, unidentified voices suddenly appear.
For years, she has been catching weird phenomena through pictures or videos. It's quite creepy. Experts have analyzed this and have determined it's not a malfunction of the camera. They also said that she didn't manipulate the films in any way. For her to do that, she would have to have access to technology that only large production studios had at the time, like Disney. So they believe it to be real and have yet come to an explanation for any of it.
In our number 3 spot today, we have some surveillance footage. This creepy video shows a woman named Lacey Turner gardening. Lacey thinks that she's alone just doing her tasks, but the footage unfortunately shows something different. Lacey is actually being followed around by this dark figure that I can't quite figure out if it's a real human or a shadow or a ghost. I don't know what it is, but it is creepy. It is so scary to think that this happened to Lacey because that could mean that it's happened to any of us. I'm glad that Lacey was totally okay, but she was probably pretty freaked out once she saw that footage. I doubt she is gardening alone anymore.
In our second spot, we have the house elf. I know you all just saw what I saw. It's time for Dobie to go back to Hogwarts. So a woman was reviewing her surveillance footage when she noticed she captured this weird creature walking by her house. That is like some alien doing the chicken dance down the driveway. I don't know what this creature is, but it can stay far away from my driveway.
And in our number 1 spot today, we have this Devil's Cauldron video. This video was uploaded earlier this year by the YouTube channel TechRacks as they were trying to test the capabilities of the iPhone 11, but they really weren't expecting these results. They took the phone to the Devil's Cauldron, which is located in Nevada, and used a drone to try and dip the phone into the water before bringing it back up. Their first attempt didn't really bring any results, but their second one sure did. sure where those screams are coming from, but people really do believe that this spot could potentially be a portal to the underworld. Whatever happened in this video, it definitely leaves an extremely eerie feeling after watching.